Arriba! Today we're gonna make a crock pot chicken tortilla soup. Super easy, super good. Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna use boneless chicken thighs for this because chicken thighs are good and boneless is easy to work with. The good thing about thighs is if there is a bone, there's only one bone, and it's easy to take out a couple little cuts and you're home free. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop these up to make them an acceptable size for the soup. So let's get started with that. Alright, so we're just going to cut the fat off of this meat because you don't want that in there. But we're going to stick the thighs in whole, and then after they cook for a long time, then they'll be nice and tender so you can shred them. That makes it perfect. Just get this fat off. So here's what you're going to need. Chicken, obviously, which we skipped that step. You're going to need some cilantro, some green onions, white onion, some lime juice, or you can use limes, but we're going to use this. Some garlic, corn, frozen will work, salt, pepper, garlic powder for the flavor, paprika, cumin, little can of green chilies, diced tomatoes, black beans, and 2 chingaderos of chicken broth. I think that'll do. Alright, so we'll start cutting up our produce, and then since we're using a crock pot, it's going to cook all day, so there's no rush to get the broth in first and get it up to a boil, where if you're using a pot, you want to get the broth in first, get it up to a boil, and then put the things in, chicken in, and then vegetables or whatever. Probably vegetables first because they got to soften up. But anyway, so we're going to get a couple of these little green onions out of here. It's probably not too many. I think 3 will do. And we'll rinse these off really quick. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Chop the little hairy end off. I know it's roots, but it looks like hair. Throwing them into a bag because I don't want them in my garbage disposal. So I just fix that shit. And then choppy chop. Alright, now we'll cut up our white onion. We'll just cut off both ends and then we'll take the skin off. Unsheath it. Something that makes this step really easy is to just take the knife and do like a little slit along the side there. And then you can, might as well take the first layer off, doesn't really matter. But then it makes it easy to get the skin off. So easy. Alright, let's chop this beef up. Do that, and do a couple little sideways choppers. And then a couple other sideways choppers. You can do big slices, you can do small slices. I'd rather do small slices so they get nice and soft. And then we'll do the whole onion because it's a lot of soup. If you're not making too much soup, don't do a whole onion. Do like a half, or if you just like onions, do whatever you want. Alright. Now we'll put the onions in. Spicy bastard. Pow! And next we do garlic. We're still chopping. Cut that bastard open. If you're using cloves, you're going to want to do basically... God damn it, that's onions in front of my eyes! You're going to want to do kind of the same thing that you did with the onions, because it's got natural... Fresh garlic has like a skin over the top that you want to go ahead and take off, so, but I prefer to use these because they're easier. So we'll just go ahead and just chop these up in little slices and into the crock pot. Wash my cilantro. You always want to give it a little shake. And chop, chop. The corn. Probably enough. Alright. Now the canned shit. Green chilies. Check. Negra beans. I said negra. Okay, black beans. I'm trying to be Hispanic, alright? Sorry if it sounds bad. Apparently there's no juice in these. Check! And diced tomatoes. I don't know how to say tomatoes in Spanish. I can't speak Spanish. Because I am white.
Being white has nothing to do with speaking Spanish.
Yeah, well, being not Spanish literate has something to do with not speaking Spanish. Alright, now the broth. There's a tap, but that tap sucks. Quick tip, if you want to make this easy, start pouring it and then give it a little gash. It makes it come out faster. Get it? The gash makes it faster. Alright. And death. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put some seasonings in there. You can put some in now and then try it later. The cumin is what's going to give it that that flavor that you're thinking of when you think of like Mexican food, because it's pretty commonly used. So you can use quite a bit of that. Let me turn it off. There. Get some paprika in there. You don't have to add too much right now, because when you taste it, you can add more later if you want. Garlic powder. Quite a bit of that in there because it helps the flavor. It's probably enough. Salt. Again, probably need quite a bit of salt, but you just add a little bit now and then add later. Alright, now some black pepper. It's taking forever. Boom. There you go. So we're going to put it on low, 5 to 6 hours, and then if you want to do, you can do high for 4 hours or whatever. Just keep checking it. Alright. And then stir the shit around so it mixes it up. Alright, so now the soup's been simmering for about 6 hours or so on low. And we went ahead and took the chicken out, and it's, obviously it's going to be cooked after that amount of time. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a couple forks, and we're just going to shred the chicken up, and then we'll put it back in there. And I've got rice cooking on the stove right now. You can watch my cilantro lime rice video to find out how to do that. It's pretty easy. It's just 2 cups of water, 1 cup of rice, and then cook for 20 minutes. But yeah, check that one out because that one's pretty good also. Alright, so just shred it up and put it back in there. Pretty easy. Alright, so now we're going to just put this back in the soup. Get it all in there. Alright, now the soup's basically ready to roll. We're just going to let it cook for a little bit longer because it's not time to eat yet. And then we did this kind of like kid-friendly, so it's not spicy or anything. It's very mild. So what I recommend doing is, we like things to be spicy, and it's a Mexican-style soup, so we add crushed red pepper, or not crushed pepper, cayenne pepper, and that makes it spicier and gives a good flavor. So, and then add the rice, and we're good to go. Alright, so now we're at the final step. Rice just finished cooking, so we're going to add that to the soup. Actually, now it just finished cooking. Got rice in there. Stir it up. And that's what you get right there. Chicken tortilla soup. Let's give it a shot. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get some, make our serving. Just put some in the bowl. Probably helps to use a ladle, but this will work for now. There you go. And then, excuse me, cayenne pepper, because we like our spicy. Alright, so there you have it. Chicken tortilla soup. Cool thing about this is you can, if you prep everything the night before, then when you get up in the morning, you can just throw it all in the crock pot and go to work. And when you come home, you're going to have soup ready to go. It's actually pretty easy. It just takes a long time because you got to let it simmer all day. But yeah, so hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully you learned something. I had fun. I hope you did. Until next time. If you like this video, check out our Facebook page, Cooking for Dudes Can't Cook, facebook.com/Cooking for Dudes Can't Cook, and check out the other videos. Maybe you'll learn something pretty cool.
I'm just going right here.